Picture a dinner table in America. Mom starts telling a story about her day. She gets maybe 3 words out. Mom, look, can I have juice? Mom. The story never gets finished. It never does. Every meal is a little battlefield of interruptions. Now, picture a dinner table in Tokyo. The adults are talking, and a toddler, the same age, just sits. He listens. His eyes follow the conversation, and he waits for a real pause before he says a word. Same age, same tiny human, completely different behavior. So, what is going on? Is it stricter discipline? Are Japanese kids just born more patient? No, and no. The real answer is much stranger and much more useful. Part of it is hiding inside the Japanese language itself, a built-in structure that quietly trains a toddler's brain to wait thousands of times a day without anyone trying. And here is the best part. You don't need to speak a word of Japanese to borrow it. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 ways to start tonight. Let's start with the hidden trap inside the language. Think about how an English sentence works. We say, I ate the apple. Mom is driving the car. The action word, the verb, shows up almost immediately. And that tiny detail changes everything about how a child listens. Because once a toddler hears, Mom is making, their brain has already guessed the ending. Dinner, they know where the sentence is going. So why wait for it to finish? Their impulse control lets go, and they jump in. English, without meaning to, rewards interrupting. The sentence gives away its secret too early. Japanese does the exact opposite. In Japanese, the verb comes at the very end of the sentence. You don't say, I ate the apple. You say, Watashi wa ringo o tabamashita. Word for word, I, the apple, ate. The single most important word, the one that unlocks the meaning, is held back until the very last moment. Now imagine what that does to a listening child. A Japanese toddler hears, Mom, the car, and they have to wait. Is driving, is washing, is selling, interrupt halfway, and you genuinely have no idea what is being said. The sentence only makes sense if you hold on until the end. So from the moment they learn to talk, Japanese children get thousands of tiny waiting exercises every single day. Not from discipline. From grammar, the language itself is a patience machine. Now, you might be thinking, okay, interesting. But does waiting for verbs really change a child's brain? This is where it gets good. You've probably heard of the famous marshmallow experiment. A child sits alone with 1 marshmallow. If they can resist eating it for a few minutes, they get 2. What is being tested is something called executive function, the brain's braking system. Impulse control. It lives in the prefrontal cortex, right behind the forehead, and for a long time, we treated it like a personality trait. Some kids have patience, some kids don't. Bad luck. But scientists now think about it very differently. Impulse control works much more like a muscle. It doesn't come pre-installed. It grows with resistance training. Every time a child wants to act and manages to hold back, even for 2 seconds, that muscle gets a tiny bit stronger. Now, think back to the Japanese toddler at the dinner table. The urge to speak is there. It is always there. They're toddlers, but the language keeps making them hold on just a little longer until the verb finally lands. A small act of waiting, repeated thousands of times, hundreds of days in a row. It is a marshmallow test, running all day long, disguised as ordinary conversation. That is the quiet engine behind that unbelievable dinner table patience. Not genetics, not fear, repetition, but grammar is only half of the story, because there is something Japanese parents do on top of it. An invisible habit you can copy tonight, in plain English. Let me ask you something first. What happens in the West when a conversation goes quiet for 3 seconds? Someone panics and fills it. Every time. We treat silence like a problem, an awkward gap, a void. And our kids are watching. They learn that the first tiny pause is a green light, and whoever jumps in fastest wins the air. In Japan, silence means something completely different. There is a beautiful idea called ma, the space between things. In music, ma is the silence between the notes, the thing that gives a song its rhythm. And in conversation, ma is the pause between one person's thought and the next person's reply. It isn't empty, it isn't awkward, it is part of the conversation itself. Japanese parents don't just talk about ma, they model it. When a child finishes speaking, the parent often waits 2, even 3 full seconds, on purpose. Then they answer, and while the child is talking, the parent does something lovely. Aizuchi, little listening sounds, a nod, suso, honto, small signals that say, I'm right here, I'm with you, keep going, without ever taking the microphone away. So the child learns 2 things at once. Being quiet doesn't mean being ignored. And silence isn't a race, it is just room. Room to think. A child raised inside that rhythm doesn't fight for air, because no one around them is fighting for it either. Okay, quick pause, because I'm curious about something. At your dinner table, growing up or now, was silence comfortable, or did someone always rush to fill it? Type comfortable or rushed in the comments. I have a feeling most of us grew up in rushed houses, and that our kids are just doing what we showed them. So now the real question. You speak English at home. Your sentences hand over the verb in the first 3 words. Are you just stuck? Not at all. Here are 3 ways to borrow the Japanese effect, starting tonight. First, the touch signal. English won't make your child wait, so give them something physical instead. Teach your toddler this when grown-ups are talking and you want to turn. Don't shout. Put your hand on my arm. And when they do, here is your half of the deal. Put your hand gently over theirs, but keep talking. Don't stop the conversation. Your hand is saying what Aizuchi says. I feel you. I know you're there. Your turn is coming. Now, the urge to interrupt has somewhere to go. The child is holding the impulse. With help, that is the muscle. Training. Second, build artificial ma. Starting tomorrow, slow your replies down. On purpose. When your child asks you something, take a breath, look at them. Count to 3 in your head, then answer. And when you ask them something, and they go quiet, don't rescue the silence. Let it sit. Give them the room. 3 seconds will feel like an eternity at first. That is normal. You're not being cold. You're lowering the temperature of the whole house. Less overlap, less frantic energy, less racing for air. Calm pacing is contagious. So is frantic pacing. You get to choose which one your home runs on. And third, my favorite, the mystery sentence. You can't move English verbs to the end, but you can move the good stuff to the end. Think about this sentence. We're going to the park. After you put your shoes on, your child stops listening at park. Gone. Sprinting. Shoes never happen. Now, flip it. Once your shoes are on and your coat is zipped. We're going to the park. Same words. Different order. Completely different child. Now the payoff sits at the end, like a Japanese verb, and they have to listen all the way through to get it. You've turned an instruction into a tiny mystery. So, let's put it all together. Japanese toddlers aren't born patient. Their language runs quiet patience training all day, holding the meaning until the end. Their parents protect the pause with ma and stay connected without interrupting through Aizuchi, and every bit of that is borrowable. The touch signal, the 3-second pause, the mystery sentence. Patience isn't a gift your child either got or didn't. It is a muscle, and starting tonight, you know how to train it. Tell me in the comments, which one are you trying first? The touch signal, the pause, or the mystery sentence? I read every single one. And if you want more of the quiet science behind calm parenting, subscribe to Mochi School. I'll see you in the next one. And tonight, at dinner, leave a little room between the notes.